Okay, hello there, YouTube. This is the Yuckster here. I was not aware that the gameplay trailer for Sagat was going to be happening today. So I am just kind of right after work trying to scramble just to see if I can go ahead of the curb and get my react going. We will be doing a little bit of an analysis here and there. Hopefully, we're not going to be too long, but I am going to be breaking down and seeing like what new things are in store for Sagat. So I'm just going to be going ahead and just reacting to the trailer first by itself, and then we'll kind of go down into the moves.
The man who reached the pinnacle of Muay Thai and then became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization.
I do like his Street Fighter V costume more just because I like the cloth cape rather than his animal fur, but still looks good. Still looks good. And there's the man. Damn, is he tall. Alright, standing heavy punch of the target combo. Okay. Medium kick. Fierce overhead. Okay, throw. Okay. Interesting. So some pretty new normals around here. Level 1. Ooh, okay. And he goes over the fireball. Okay. And he has there's probably like an angry scar going on. Okay. Okay, that is a special move that he has. I thought it was a target combo for a second, but it looks like a special move into his level 2, it looks like, more than likely. Alright, alright. And then his classic costume. Ooh. Interesting, okay. Ooh. Oh, okay, he gets Oki. Alright, he has another version of his level 2. Interesting. And then I guess there's another variation that... Okay, so it's going to be similar to Zangief's level 2, where he can just do a little bunch of everything depending on what direction. Okay, this time it goes in the air. Bam Bam level 1. Alright, alright. Interesting. Ooh. And then there's level 3 here. Okay. Ooh, that's sick. That is sick. Him like going, oh, like right there, close to the bison's face like that. That's one of my favorite outros as far as like the kind of aura that the character would have. It's similar to JP, where his foot is close to your face and it looks like he's gonna step on you, but he doesn't. Like it has that same like aura feeling to it. Start from here. We're gonna go. There's gonna be a lot of like pausing, so I do apologize for that. But I am trying to take in a lot here, since there just seems to be a lot of like new things that they gave Sagat in this Street Fighter 6 iteration. So already we're starting to see some pretty new things. It looks like he got a new target combo here, standing fierce into standing heavy kick. And then he has his like, I'm not sure if it's crouching fierce, but it has the same kind of properties as like Abel's crouching fierce, Urian's crouching fierce, right? So they gave him, you know, something similar to that. Probably not going to be a good anti-air, but you know, as far as something that is going to be a combo extender, as we saw in the trailer here, more than likely. And then his standing medium kick, or crouching medium kick, it doesn't look like it's special cancelable. It looks like just like a regular standing crouching medium kick. So, you know, especially with that's a pretty far-reaching crouching medium kick, if you ask me. So, more than likely, as far as a character like Sagat, they're doing the same thing that they're doing with like Guile or JP, which is they're not going to give him, you know, crouching medium kick drive rush in this game. And then again here, right, we see another target combo, standing medium kick, an already good button in Street Fighter V gets another target combo added to it, so it's now standing medium kick and a standing heavy kick probably. New move here, which is, it seems to have the same property as Honda's standing low, it looks like. On top of that, my assumption is going to be is that this is going to be one of his Kara cancelable moves. This, you can imagine, right, in a scenario where, Sagat is moving forward, you then Kara cancel it into his DP or into his Tiger Shot, whatever it is. It certainly has, utility in being able to move him pretty far forward and cancel into one of his special moves, but also the fact that it's just a standing low by itself, that seems to be a pretty good move in my book. And then we see him here. He goes over, he beats Ryu's regular Super 1. It was not Denjin charge level 1, but he beat Ryu's level 1, and then we see here his Tiger Knee goes over Ryu's Fireball. So this put in my mind immediately that I think Capcom is going to make Sagat into the best fireball war kind of character, at least as far as horizontally goes, right? The other thing is that because they might be scared to try to attack Sagat with fireballs themselves, it could easily be in a scenario where you're in this range, right? You're in this range and you're scared of Sagat, then he might also just in neutral Tiger Knee you, right? Get all this space, and probably depending on how well the Sagat player spaced his Tiger Knee, but much like in Street Fighter V, if he spaces it pretty well, he might actually be plus on block, and so therefore he now has the advantage, and he can go for, a strike or possibly a shimmy scenario. So this to me, with that sequence there, what that spells to me is Capcom is trying to fix what Sagat's problem might be if he were to just completely retain all of his Street Fighter V properties, right? So let's imagine a scenario where Sagat, he just, his Street Fighter V version, nothing changed, it just drops into Street Fighter 6. The problem with that is Sagat, in general, would like to play in this sort of range here, right? Sagat would like to probably play in this range, maybe a little bit further away, right? Just to be able to threaten the opponent with his normals and his fireballs. They're going to be less reactable, and so therefore it'll be much more effective in trying to mix up the timing and trying to use different fireball speeds to be able to catch your opponent walking into them if they're trying to slowly inch their way forward to get close to you, right? But the problem with that is, one, you as this fireball poke pressure kind of character who probably doesn't have a lot of conversions off of stray normals that hit the opponent in his Street Fighter V incarnation, and then you have to deal with the fact that Ryu at any time could just go crouching medium kick into drive rush and then destroy half your life. That's not a good risk reward system. So what Capcom has done is, one, they give a lot more conversions off of him getting the straight hits. So we see that with with target combos like crouch, standing medium kick into standing heavy kick, right? You're getting more damage and more reward for being able to out-neutral your opponent with punishing them, right? Or, in general, possibly hit confirming if they happen to walk into the normal, right? Same thing with, right, crouching medium kick into that. He then gets a punish counter off of crouching heavy punch into the special move, into that looks like to be his forward heavy kick, and then he goes into level 2. So you see there, none of those interactions use Drive Rush. You know, Capcom is instilling in you like, hey, you don't need to use Drive Rush with Sagat. We gave you the ability to whiff punish your opponent, convert that into more damage with either target combos or this new special move we're going to give you that launches the opponent in the air, and then you can do like a tiger uppercut, tiger knee, whatever it is. Your opponent, right, who, let's say, already, right, lost some drive meter because you're throwing fireballs at them. Maybe they try to parry it, but they don't perfect parry anything, and they took a punish counter off of that, off of like a whiff normal that they, you know, misspaced or whatever. And you yourself didn't use any drive meter to get all that damage. So, you know, Capcom again is addressing the fact that Sagat, if he were to stay as he was, is not going to do very well in this kind of environment where Drive Rush is king, and his playstyle not very well suited to deal with Drive Rush. But now with these new tools, it seems as though that he is now more capable than he was initially. And so this is the other one that I was really caught off guard by. That's a very fast Drive Rush. Let's take a look at that again. That's pretty fast. Now, again, is it as fast as like a DJ's or a Jury's? The answer is no. But historically, one of Sagat's biggest hallmarks as a character is his walk speed is really, really slow. That's a pretty fast Drive Rush, which suggests to me that his walk speed might be better. It might generally just be better in this game. On top of that, right, because he has all these sort of forward-moving normals, like his, again, that Honda-like move, or his forward standing heavy kick, that he might actually gain even more range and more speed off of that, right? Now, as far as my final thoughts here, what will make or break Sagat? We have to look at the damage here, because they did a really long combo here. So someone walked into one of his normals, right? Punish countered or crush countered hitted, goes into his level 2, goes up in the air, raw drive rushes, pick up, EX tiger shot, and then level 1. So that one combo encapsulates to me, okay, this might make or break Sagat, because let's imagine a scenario. You as Sagat played a very great game of neutral, throwing fireballs at the opponent, throwing some good normals at the opponent. So the opponent, took a good couple of hits, right? And they're probably like 2/3 left of their health bar. If they make one big giant mistake like that, how much damage does a combo like this do? Because if it does like maybe not necessarily DJ Season 1 levels of damage, but still like very above average like damage like that, because you're using level 3 basically, right? You use the level 2 and then you use level 1 at the end. You also used about 5 bars of drive meter, because you had to, 1, do the raw drive rush to get the pickup with his able fierce that throws him into the air, and then use 2 EX tiger shots that carries them all the way into the corner. So if that damage is really, really good, then that might end up being sort of Sagat's win con, essentially, which is you're gonna take some hits from Sagat, just trying to get in on it, right? Either by walking forward, right, jumping at him, maybe misspacing your normals, and so he gets these stray hits right off of you. So he does this like decent damage towards you, and then you make one big mistake, he cashes out that damage, he wins the game. That might end up being what Sagat's gameplay flow is, but that's only under the preface that his damage is really good. And we don't know that because we don't know what the life bars are like here. But if Sagat's damage is really good, I think this character is going to be a threat. I think I'm not sure as far as to like if he's gonna be like top 5 viable, but I really do think that a character like this will really make it frustrating for opponents to get in on, and the risk reward scenario, right? If the damage is pretty low, it really does make him less convincing to play by miles, since the one big weakness of Sagat is the fact that in this game, at least, you can play perfectly for 90% of the game, but if you get one wrong guess, right, the opponent just jumps in at the right time, and then they do a fat combo on you and get Oki off of it, and you literally are putting a guess for your life scenario, like that just might be too much stress for a character that might require you to win like multiple interactions with. But yeah, tell me in the comments what you think overall of Sagat. Is there anything that you noticed that I failed to see in this trailer? Do you think he's going to be a good character? Do you think he's going to be a bad character? Are there any new tools that you really like in this new trailer for Sagat? Or is there any tools or moves that you wish he was brought back with from Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5 incarnation? Please tell me in the comments below. But other than that, this is going to be the Yuckster with the gameplay analysis here. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you have a good rest of your day.